All right, so that's what we're going to do for the rest of these other basil cuttings that were done to sell to us. And we're going to save the leaves for whatever you would like to use them for. So you could go higher up, but make sure that you cut below the node. The node is the area where you get branching coming out. You get leaves, and when you cut, it'll stimulate the plant to produce roots right there. So we'll do it just below the node. This is what was done last year when I wanted to start basils early so we could have it for the plant sale. This is a way for me to donate basils for our annual Mother's Day plant sale with the Master Gardeners program that I'm in. What you want to do is take most of the leaves off. You want to leave enough so that the plant could still do photosynthesis, but not too many that it might stress out the plant, because you want to root it. So you want the energy to go into rooting the plant instead of trying to preserve the leaves. So this one, all right, we're gonna go, you can see the node is way over here, and then I have a small plant. So what I'm gonna do is, I usually don't do this, but I'm just gonna cut it right there and see what happens, because I do need somewhat of a longer cutting here. If I notice that it's not going to produce any roots, maybe in 2 weeks I may want to cut it lower. So for now we'll just leave it like that. And I keep not wanting to do this to the other leaves, so I can use the basil in our spaghetti tonight. This is my easy way to propagate basils and have them ready for our plant sale. Just from my experience, you're not going to have a basil plant be ready in, by May. If you were to start like outdoor seeds right now, you could start it inside. That is something that I do not want to do, because it's easy to spread the seeds outside. You can go to any grocery store that you want. Now, I chose the organic kind because typically they don't get sprayed by something that could prevent them from, rooting. It might be different for basils, I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Maybe next year I'll do an experiment with basil that is not organic. Again, this one, the node is higher up, so we're gonna experiment and just cut a little bit right there, and we'll see. I did not anticipate that these are the only cuttings I'm going to have, so I'll have to go back and get some more. I might have to buy 3 packages, because with just the one package, I have 4 right there. There are only, I don't know, we're going to count this, 7. So only enough for 7 cuttings. And if you watched my video on taking rosemary cuttings, you want to have as many as you can, because you always should expect that only half will make it. So with 7 that I have, I'm just going to assume 3 is going to make it. If I have more, that would be great. yeah, so this is just a good way to get multiple plants, basil plants, and we are doing a good thing by donating this. It's a way for me to give back to the community, and it just makes you feel good. Last year was my first time rooting basils, and I had a good experience, so I wanted to do it again. And that's what happens when you do something nice for others. You just want to keep doing it. And it's not a bad thing, bad feeling to have. So I think I'm going to test this out. I'm going to break this big cutting into multiple plants and see what happens. In about 2 weeks, you should be seeing roots start coming out. I did bring these these cans just to see if it would root better, but as you can see, I don't have many to play with, so I'll have to go buy more of the basil plants and try them in here. And I'm trying to be economical without having to go out and buy more stuff. Just use something that you already have. This one was a peach can, and when I researched, it said that you can use this and that might actually be better. You might not get that algae forming because it's not clear glass. But the bad part is that you're not going to see the roots from the outside a lot better, but that is okay. I could always lift the cuttings up like that. So yeah, if you would like to start your basils early, the easiest way, like right now, if you were to start right now, I would go ahead and pop into your grocery store and see if they have cuttings like this available for you to buy. You can see that these are so far away from the node, so not a guarantee that it's going to do it, but I'll give it 2 weeks and see. If it doesn't do anything, we'll go ahead and cut it all the way up there, and I'll have to really look for a very small container. That is it. All right, let's see. So I ended up with 7 good plants. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and maybe 4 of ones that are more like a branch off of that main branch. So not a guarantee that those will do well, but the other one should. Now I'm messing this up. Had everything all nice and organized. Now it's not. All right. Sometimes you just have to crisscross it in a way so that the smaller cuttings are not going to fall in there. So you want the leaves, you want to strip the leaves. Let's see, I'm just going to keep the smaller ones, and it's important to not have the leaves hanging down there because they will get rotted up. So you leave about, maybe, these are really small leaves, so I have about anywhere from 5 to 7 small leaves, I would say. You can even cut some of them in half too. So you get something like this. Just know that basils will not take off until the weather gets warmer. In my condition here, it is a warm season crop. So it's not going to do well until sometime in the summer. And now it does like full sun, but not in the southern environment here in the south. It would prefer part shade. So if you could give it morning sun but afternoon shade, it would really appreciate it. Otherwise, it will bolt. It's going to flower really fast on you. And if you don't mind it doing that, it will definitely be a good nectar source for pollinators. But if you want to grow some strictly for edible reasons, for an edible reason, then you don't want it to put it in full sun. Now I grow mine both for ornamental and edible purposes. So I have ones that I just let them do their thing, and they produce beautiful blooms, beautiful like bloom heads or bloom stalks, and then later on seed stalks as well. And they add a beautiful interest to your fall garden and your winter garden as well. So I know that was just more information than you wanted to know about basils, as you know, especially what we're doing today is just showing you how I go about taking cuttings and how to propagate the cuttings in water here, and then in about 2 weeks we should see some growth, and by April I'm expecting to be able to put these guys in soil, and that'll give it a good month for all the plants to do their thing and then be ready for the plant sale. So all I have to do now is just put these in a bright non-direct sunlight setting near a window. Just check on the water every few days to make sure that there's no leaves falling in there, there's no other debris, no insects or whatever it may be, and you might get, like some sliminess in the water too. So that's a good indication that you need to change the water out and give the plants, these cuttings, fresh water. So I think that is it. If I left anything out, which typically I always leave something out, so if you have questions or comments, something that I did not state in this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found some of it helpful. And until the next one, I hope you take care. Bye for now.